Gerald.
First of all, you've made a number of changes since the defeat to Waterford. Do you feel there's more to come from this Clare team?
We played all right against Waterford. Probably not at our best in that, but the more matches and the bigger matches, the more of a picture you'll get for it. And we'll see today what happens. We know we need to stand up and fight way more today. We need to work even harder than we did the last time. And most importantly, we got big chances the last time. We didn't take the opportunities, so we need to take the opportunities if we get them today.
And what has the response been like in training since that last game?
The response all year is incredible with these guys. Win, lose or draw today, I wouldn't say a word to them, and they've been brilliant. So, listen, all they can do is go out and do their best and see what happens from there.
And obviously you come up against a former friend on the sideline. Tonight you'll be on opposite sides.
Yeah, well, you'll have no friends out there for 75 minutes, that's for sure, but afterwards there'll be no problem. There's a job to be done in Clare, and we got to go and try and do it,
Anthony, how difficult has been the build-up to this game, given that even at this late stage you still have concerns over a couple of players?
Yeah, well, Conor Keeney's probably definitely out, Kieran, but Conor McCormack, we just want to give him every chance to be a part player for us, like in a night like tonight. So he just had, last minute maybe a bit of prep to do outside. So I know the build-up has been good. We tough week after the Kilkenny week, I suppose, but since then lads have been back and fettled. The draw was made, and we try to tune in as best we can for tonight.
Yeah, what was the response like for the lads in training after the defeat?
Great. No, first night was as hard as it always is after a defeat like that. But look, hopefully we didn't turn up and play. Due respect to Kilkenny, we just didn't turn up on the night at all ourselves. Maybe we wouldn't be good enough anyway, but hopefully we turn up and play tonight anyway. That's the main thing, get a performance out of ourselves. Where it'll bring us, we won't know till about 8:30, but we'll know then anyway.
Well, James, you know both of these men so well. How would you expect them to be feeling at present, and what way will they be talking to their players?
I think all the talking has been done at this stage, Matt. It's just this final tuning, just trying to get them into the right frame of mind. I mean, the work has been done. This is the 7th of July. It would be a disaster for both counties if their championship season was over. So, there's pressure, but they're two fierce competitors, and I think they'll have both teams in the right frame of mind. Both teams look sharp, they look fresh, and eager to get into the fray.
Any danger that their own nerves might be transmitted to the players?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, it's one of the things. I think they're both good managers, and that's one of the keys to being a manager, is that your players don't see whatever's going on inside yourself with your own management team. So they'll need to portray calmness coming up to the game in the dressing room beforehand, and I think particularly key on the sideline.
Game of the 2012 championship, and already around the field, players hopping off one another, ready for battle. As the ball is in, the game is on, and this huge Phase 2 of the All-Ireland qualifiers match here at Cusack Park in Ennis is underway. It'll be Dublin to play with the wind at their backs in the first half. First blood to Clare. Superb score from John Conlon. He got out in front, one possession confidently, and Clare hit the ground running.
Yeah, Mike, that's a great start for Clare against the wind. Dublin chose to play with the wind and the sun at their backs in the first half.
Player who has picked up the knock is Nicky O'Connell.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Nicky O'Connell there. He's just in picking up the ball, he seems to have picked up onto the right side, but again, the wind is coming across that way. He had no chance of scoring from there, and Dublin 5 minutes gone and no score yet.
Pa Kelly with a big booming puck out, and won by John Conlon. Loose man inside, roaring for it is Tony Kelly. They really rate him highly in Clare. He's just 18 years of age, and that's his first score in senior championship hurling. He's a real prospect, is Tony Kelly. Clare lead by 2.
Yeah, an outstanding minor last year, Tony Kelly, and good, beautiful score. John Conlon playing well so far in early games, and good passing over the bar.
Possession won by Brendan Bugler, and again he tries that diagonal ball into the corner of Conor McGrath, who is tangling with Rory Traynor on his championship debut against Tipperary last summer, and that's his first of the evening.
Yeah, Davy Fitz will be
invitingly towards Ryan O'Dwyer. Looping around is Paul Ryan, sizing up his options, blocked by Cian Dillon, and that's gone out for a 65. Dublin being as direct as they can be with that wind, and Ryan again getting on the end of it.
Yeah, I'm surprised with the choice that he didn't just pop it over the bar. He was going to be, even before that, Johnny McCaffrey chose to hit it in instead of putting it over the bar. So poor choices by Dublin, and they need to get a score on the board and get their challenge underway.
So here is Paul Ryan, 2 goals and 56 points he has clocked up in his championship career. Looking to open Dublin's account in the 9th minute. The umpires like it, one nods to the other. Dublin off the mark.
Yeah, and outstanding free taker. And
It is here to be lively. Anthony Daly setting this match up as do or die. Both of them right on the money, as is Paul Ryan. Good free, his second. The gap is back to 1. Clare have got Patrick O'Connor ready and waiting to come in if Cooney can't recover. Paul Ryan, chance to level the match. Teams tied up for the first time after 12 minutes here at Cusack Park in Ennis. Clare's early lead wiped out completely, and Dublin back in the match.
yeah, I think Conor Cooney's in trouble, actually. I think he's gone down.
3 from 3 with his free taking. This, though, by far the most difficult that he's faced up to so far. Umpires take up a good position, and they raise the white flag. Shine to contend with. Ryan drills it low, dangerous. Kelly gets the hurl to it and knocks it over the bar. Well, that could have gone.
Jonathan Clancy has got near the ball for Clare, so.
Tony Kelly cutting that in towards Dara Conan. Like a lighthouse in there in that full forward line. Turning away from Kelly. The Clare crowd like it, and that's gone over the bar. Conan's first of the match, and that's why he's in there, to win that ball and make things happen.
Yeah, he's been bedeviled with injuries, Dara Conan. He's a fantastic hurler. You know, he's 6'6", 6'7", and you know, Peter Kelly is no mean performer, but Dara Conan has got on the mark.
First score for 10 minutes. Sean Collins, quick look up, gives it to Tony Kelly. Just took him a second to get that one under control. Now he's where he wants to be, running at that Dublin defence, chipping it in towards Honan again. Well read by Peter Kelly, who can only get as far, though, as the waiting John Conlon. Conlon takes aim, pulls the trigger, and sends it sailing over the bar. That's his second point of the match. And now this game is starting to rattle and hum.
Yeah, the ball comes back out to him here, and he gets it onto his right side and straight over the bar. Tony Kelly actually has been very impressive in the early stages, and you know, got away and got a good ball across. So,
and that allowed Shane O'Morey in to get the block, to knock the Schlitter away, and the chance gone. Good vision to spot Nicky O'Connell, and he does well to pick out Jonathan Clancy. Lovely hurling by Clare. Ball not sticking, though, in the full forward line this time. On this big weekend for GAA in Clare. Ryan from inside the Clare. That's enough to nudge them back in front, as Clare go short with the puck out and overcomplicate things. Danny Sutcliffe, man roaring for it inside was Liam Rush. Sutcliffe goes for his own score and gets it.
I just can't. I don't know why Patrick Kelly decided to hit the ball to his full back, who then had to pass it to the cornerback, who then had to give a pass under pressure to the right half back, who was blocked down, when Patrick Kelly could have easily hit that much further himself. It was a disaster score from a Clare perspective.
As you'd expect, Davy Fitzgerald himself, no mean goalkeeper back in the day, not best pleased with Pa Kelly's decision making there. So Dublin have manoeuvred themselves out in front again. Here is the ball of fire that is Jonathan Clancy, dropping it in on top of Honan. Kelly sticking to him like a limpet. Honan holding up the point of attack. Manages to get it across towards Conor McGrath. Little injection of pace to buy himself some time. But that's his third wide.
Donald Donovan gets a deserved yellow card.
Well, despite his best efforts, Conor Cooney not able to run that injury off. He's been replaced by Patrick O'Connor. Ryan O'Dwyer just losing that in the sun. And coming onto it at pace was Patrick Donlan. Pass intercepted by Morris O'Brien, who's hit it with everything he has, and that's gone over the bar. Inspirational score from Morris O'Brien. Clare being a little bit casual and Dublin punishing them ruthlessly.
Yeah, Morris O'Brien read Pat Donlan like a book here. Was, you know, he just blocked the pass, and it was very predictable what Pat was going to do, and Morris O'Brien, a very good point, and You know, Dublin getting into a 4-point lead now, and Clare giving away some needless scores.
And that's 4 points without reply for Dublin. They're putting together a purple patch. Ryan O'Dwyer, nice little layoff to Joey Boland. Ball lost by both the Clare and Dublin man there. Picked up by Brendan Bugler down towards Honan, but good take by Peter Kelly, who has grown into this game. He has got his hands full with Derek Honan, with Limerick or Wexford later on this month. Defeat simply not an option. Paul Ryan, after that brief stoppage, he's getting plenty of target practice.
Given our ironic cheer, I don't think they felt Dermot Cameron was going to blow at all.
Fergal Lynch it was, and Mick Carton that were hanging out of one another. Kindly for Alan McCrabb, who puts the boot to the floor. Man up with him is Morris O'Brien, who drives into the tackle, rides the challenge and takes his score. 2 inspirational scores from Morris O'Brien. And Dublin lead by 4 again.
Yeah, Morris O'Brien came into the team instead of Shane Dorkin in the middle of the field, and you can see that he's in good form and has been shown in training, because that's 2 very fine points, you know, showing his strength coming through there and just inside the left hand.
Man on the ball is David Tracy, little dummy. Tracy, side net. And it last touched a Clare hurl, says the umpire, 65 to Dublin. But what about that little jink and swerve, Nicky?
Yeah, I think beautiful jink and a beautiful dummy. I think you'll find this is a very good save from Pat Kelly here. He comes out and makes himself big and covers it. And but here you see David Tracy going through, and it's a beautiful dummy, completely wrong foot of defence. And I think it might have actually hit the goalie on the helmet, actually. But he came out, he was brave, and that was a good save just coming up to half-time now. He'll afford to concede a goal.
David Tracy from Coola dipping into the box of tricks. Paul Ryan with the 65, and he made that look easy.
Yeah, no.
Cian Dillon does well to outwit Liam Rush, but telegraphed the clearance, and Rush in to redeem himself, making life difficult. This time for Brendan Bugler. Very casual, snapped up and driven in by McCrabb. Dublin claiming a score for Dublin. Most certainly they will need to reorganise and refocus at half-time. Ball knocked ahead of himself by David Tracy. Back to cover is Patrick Donlan. A last gasp challenge. Now Nicky O'Connell. That ball coming in on top of the Clare defence. Alan McCrabb standing over it. He's made very good contact, watched all the way by Pa Kelly. Of additional time at the end of this first half. Chance for Clare maybe to tag on a score or 2. Nice little cheeky hand pass over the top for Shane O'Morey. Where has he been? Shane O'Morey flashes that ball over the bar. He was an outstanding minor for Clare just last summer. It's taken him a while to find his feet here. Nobody picking him up, and he takes his point.
Yeah, a good point, and that was certainly a point that Clare needed badly to turn the tide on.
Ball dropping down on top of big Danny Sutcliffe. It has been a very difficult few months for this Dublin team, but they have put themselves in pole position here as Danny Sutcliffe is fouled just as he got that shot away. Diarmuid Kerwin did not like the manner of that challenge by Nicky O'Connell.
Yeah, Nicky O'Connell is getting frustrated here. He's, you know,
he's on a yellow already. Yeah. 2 yellows make a red, and Clare are down to 14 men. And Nicky O'Connell cannot believe it, Nicky.
Yeah, but I mean, he had actually a chance to control the ball and lost it, and he actually hit Sutcliffe early, and then he followed him up. But you can see as Sutcliffe was going away, and really there was no need to challenge, because you know, Sutcliffe had mishit it anyway. But that's a huge loss to Clare. See the hurley coming down across the right hand side of Danny Sutcliffe's head. It's, you know, it's not going to do a lot of damage, but at the same time you see it just comes down across him there, and it's.
Pa Kelly has got reinforcements back on the goal line, and all they can do is watch and admire Paul Ryan. Shane O'Morey has his pocket picked as he tried to come clear. Flicked by Liam Rush, nonchalantly out towards David Tracy. Just a quick look up to get his bearings. Tracy fancies his chances. and that's a really good score. He's been playing well, David Tracy, and that
Had enough time to hit it over the second.
John Conlon trying to get something going for Clare. Nothing on inside. Takes his own score. That's his third of the match. He's been working hard in that half.
Absolutely nothing coming of it.
Galvin was midfield on the Clare minor team last year. He's another one of this exciting crop of young hurlers, as is Tony Kelly. Lovely sidestep to get away from Johnny McCaffrey. Needs to finish. The crowd watch it all the way behind that goal, and it's gone over the bar. The teenager, Tony Kelly from Ballier, splits the posts here at Cusack Park in Ennis. And where there's a will, there's a way. The gap is back to 4 points.
Yeah, you see when those younger Clare players, Kelly, Shane Amori, Colm Galvin, when they get the ball, they're very, very, very classy and very skillful. But you know, it's tough for them with Dublin's physicality to get it. They're completely loose, Clareman here now.
Good puck out from Pa Kelly to pick out Sean Collins. He takes the direct route, gets inside his range, and that's gone over the bar. Well, whether it's a mini revival or a comeback of consequence, it's up and running. That is 3 points without reply from Clare, and with 25 minutes to go, Dublin's lead pared back to 3.
Yeah, Clare showing great heart, and John Conlon.
Davy Fitz on the move, sneaking in to have a word with Cian Dillon. Here's Conor McGrath from Cracklow. Nothing wrong with that. Scoreboard kept ticking over. Gap is back to 2. And that's 3 points from frees for the Clare number 15.
Yeah, and Dublin making another change, taking off Johnny McCaffrey in the middle of the field and bringing on Niall McMorrow.
In fact, Shane Durkin it is who comes in for Dublin. Seem to be in two minds there on the sideline about who they would introduce, but they've gone for the experience of Shane Durkin. Like for like, he's in for Johnny McCaffrey. Dublin captain has been taken out as Patrick O'Connor and Alan McCrabb get up close and by 2. Prize for the winner is a place in the draw for Phase 3 of the All-Ireland qualifiers. That draw live on TV3 on Monday morning. Sean Collins in towards Darragh Honan. This time gets himself out in front. Absolutely nobody running by. Has to go it alone. And Honan raises one of the biggest cheers of the day. He is quite literally a one-man full forward line.
Yeah,
had to do all the donkey work himself.
Yeah, well done to Darragh Honan, because a good, very good ball from Sean Collins, and although the first touch wasn't perfect, I mean, Peter Kelly probably should have got in the block, but here the Clare crowd now really getting behind the team, and they're really enjoying the spirit that they're showing here, and they're getting they're much improved.
Crowd of just under 10,000 here at Cusack Park. It sounds like so many more. Conor McGrath from out the country. McGrath has gone for it, and Clare lead. They have hit the last 6 points of the match. The latest from Conor McGrath, his first from play. I stand corrected, sides level.
Yeah, that's more like the Conor McGrath we know. Just he's a beautiful player, this fella. Just one quick look and straight over the bar.
Well, the roar that greeted that score would make you think it was the lead score, as Alan McCrabb steps up to this free. Pressure free. McCrabb has an awful lot of experience. Umpires nod in approval. Dublin go back in front again. The perfect response.
Yeah, an important free for Dublin and for Alan McCrabb in his first one. You know, it wasn't easy, and that's a good start to free. He's all over him, really. I'd say Darragh Honan is holding his right arm under him here. You can see, look. So he's actually pulling him up on top of him, but well engineered, because Darragh Honan is all alone, and that's a well engineered free. Peter Kelly needs to get his two hands on the hurling and get up over his back, so he can't be pulled over like that.
So Tony Kelly, 2 points to his credit so far. Will he go for the goal?
Looks like it.
He's winding up, drives it into the net. A sensational goal from the teenager from Ballier, Tony Kelly. His senior championship debut. And he's hit the net in the 54th minute.
I see rose it well and hit it beautifully. So that's really put the game right into the melting pot now. That was, we spoken earlier that Clare would need a goal, and hard to see where it's come from, but they've got it.
Clare's second championship goal scored by Kelly as Dublin tried to respond immediately. And Corcoran eventually brings a bit of sense to it. Out to Shane Durkin, and the ball is cleared. Great take by Patrick O'Connor. Flicked to Sean Collins. Nice close control. He's gone for it. It's on the way and it's over the bar. Davy Fitz dancing in delight on the sideline. Clare have opened up a 3-point lead. What a score.
Yeah, they're working really hard, and that's a great ball from Brendan Bugler. Sean Collins, he's out in the middle of the field, allows for the win, and then see Cork takes the win, takes it right over the black spot, right over the middle. Great score by Sean Collins. There's a couple of great points he's contributed in the second half.
Well, 15 minutes to go, and absolutely anything could happen. Bookmakers divided all week as to who they'd make favourites for this Phase 2 qualifier, depending on where you lived or who your bookmaker was. Some thought Clare, some thought Dublin. It's going to the wire. Chance of a score for Dublin. Simon Lambert, and over the bar.
Yeah, that's a score Dublin needed. They haven't scored for a while, and you know, made it heavy work of it again. You know, the couple of 2 or 3 passes, David Tracy looks under pressure, gets it through to Lambert, and good point at the end. And Dublin need more of that, and they actually need to stay. Conor McGrath, who missed, who wasn't able to rise, and it would have been a great chance for a goal.
So Ross O'Carroll has replaced David Tracy on the Dublin team. Anthony Daly rolling the dice every way he knows now in his 4th season as Dublin manager. An awful lot this evening, but his hard work sets up this chance for Conor McGrath. He has hit it perfectly. It never wavered. Ball cleared away by Joey Boland. Bugler gets up above Ross O'Carroll. He has put in a good shift, Brendan Bugler. Man on the ball here is Colm Galvin, who just rushed that. Clare players funneling back, trying to block up the avenue of attack. Dublin switch the play. Man on the ball is Niall Corcoran. The spare man shoots and scores. Vital score for Dublin. Corcoran gets it.
Yeah, great pass across the field by Shane Durkin after.
Niall McMorrow, good block though. Player sticking to him is Colm Galvin. McMorrow eventually gets room to swing the hurl. It's curling in, it's close. Umpire looks and says wide. For Clare now, as the Clare dugout empties out onto the sideline. They know there are only seconds left. Now the Dublin subs do likewise as the shot comes in, and that surely is the insurance score. Hammered over. Superbly taken by Nicky's man of the match, John Conlon, his 4th of the night. There's a goal between them. Only a green flag will save Dublin now. Man on the ball is Liam Rush, who has really found it difficult to get into this game tonight. Blocked down by the Clare captain, Patrick Donlan. Still there to be won. Claimed, and it's all over. Cusack Park erupts. Davy Fitzgerald and Clare have pulled it off. They have won their first championship match for 4 years, and their first in 10 attempts here on home ground, earning themselves a place in Phase 3 of the All-Ireland qualifiers in the process. What a win, Nicky.
Oh, that's a great win for Clare. Down to 14 men. You know, the crowd are really enjoying it. It was a tremendous second half performance. They used the ball well. They all fought hard, and you know, it's a great win for Davy Fitzgerald. He'll be delighted with the performance of the younger players, and you know, the future of Clare hurling is looks bright tonight.
Division 1B in the league, so but I mean a home draw would be crucial again, so it's important I think that Davy, you know, okay, enjoy tonight but get the players back down there pretty quickly.
And where does this leave Anthony Daly in the Dublin job, Dahi?
Well, it's very early days. He'll make his own decision. That should be respected. He deserves the time to have it. Personally think that Anthony will sever links. I think Dublin County Board will probably look for him to stay on, but at this stage I think he's done wonders for Dublin hurling. I think it needs a hit.
Well, we'll talk more about that in just a couple of moments. We're here in
And here to present the Centra man of the match is Paul Ryan from Centra. To Clare's John Conlon. John, congratulations. What an effort by this Clare team to get this result tonight.
It was massive. When we went down to 14 men, I kind of shook my head. I said, this is another one of those nights. John, I've been on the panel 4 years now. We hadn't won a championship game, and what a way to do it, like, you know, down to 14 men and really battled it out. And fair play to the lads. Like, I know I got man of the match tonight, but every one of those lads that are on that field gave 110%, everything for that Clare jersey, and we've really been instilling that into the pride back into that jersey this year, and hopefully we give the supporters back back to a few good old days. And it's been a while that we haven't won a few championship games, and it's just excellent to be back where we belong. So,
and as you say, a man down, 6 points down, you scored the next 6 in a row, Dublin got one, and that looked like it might break your momentum, but you got going again, and the crowd, as you say, really got behind you and drove you home.
Yeah, the crowd were excellent. You know, as Davey was always saying, you know, Clare supporters, they might give out to when you're down, but when you're up, they're one of the best supporters to have, and fair play to them. They turned out in their numbers tonight and really showed, you know, I suppose, like, what hurling means to Clare, like, and it's really, you know, it's excellent for us, you know, the passion that was shown there, and you know, I'm so proud of every one of the players and every one of the backroom team and the amount of work that's gone into this year, and you know, no one can take that away from us.
Well, you certainly gave the supporters a night to savour. Congratulations, John.
Thanks so much.
So there we are, worthy man.
They certainly did, but I thought Dublin were desperately naive in terms of their use of the ball. I mean, the Clare half-back line, you know, Dublin played into their hands, really. A lot of aimless ball, and there was a real lack of leadership, I think, in the field for Dublin. I mean, Liam Rush didn't really stand up. He was ineffective, and you were just wondering, you know, who was going to stand up for Dublin. Clare guys did, Dublin guys didn't.
OK, well, we have an opportunity now to hear from the man of the moment, the Clare manager, Davy Fitzgerald.
Well, Davy, huge congratulations. First of all, your thoughts after digging out a great win for Clare tonight.
Don't know that we dig it out. I thought we deserved to win that one, hands down, tell you the truth myself. Thought we were the better team in the night. So we were. So I suppose we went down to 14 men. We had to dig that bit harder, and the lads fought, but fair play to them. We got the result in the end, you know, and that's all that counts.
And as you said, a man down, 6 points down, never gave up, held the heads and pushed on.
Listen, it was the same against Waterford. We were down a few times, and we stayed there, and we had enough of chances to win that one too, and we didn't. And we were happy with the result, but I suppose you're never happy with the performance. We did stuff out there that we can improve on, and we'll do that. In fairness, like, Dublin didn't throw in the towel either. They were there right to the very end, and I know it was a tough year probably for Anthony this year, but trust me, it'd be very foolish not to have him on board for a few years, because I know that lad, even when he's down, he'll work harder to come back again, and we just happened. We were at home today, which is a big advantage. Someone said that Clare wasn't a fortress anymore. Maybe they want to have another look again and see, you know. I think that showed outside there tonight that Heinous is still that way, and it was great to see it. And we have to thank the supporters. They really got behind us outside there, and it was great. It's a long time since I've had that clear support behind us, and it was brilliant. But we got to be patient with this team. They're a young team. They're still going forward, and I suppose we're out again next week. Like, after getting up so high today, it's very hard to go again and battle next week, because I think you're playing either Limerick or Wexford, and like, they've had a break. They're coming into fresh, whereas you're playing today. It's very hard to get up again next week. But listen, we're delighted to be still there, and whichever team we're playing, we'll do our very best.
We'll keep an eye on that draw on TV3 on Monday morning. Congratulations, Davy.
Thank you.
Davy, thanks very much.
And indeed, much more reserved than the animated man we were watching daily. He has been talking to Kieran McSweeney.
Anthony, first of all, huge commiserations. What are the feelings like inside in that Dublin dressing room there just now?
Oh, well, everyone's very hurt, obviously, Kieran. You know, we were in a winning position, really, and should have probably drove home and won. But we didn't. We seemed to think that as soon as the man was sent off, that we lulled a bit, you know. We tried to make changes, maybe some, you know, one or two worked, some didn't. And fair play to Clare, like, the crowd got behind them as well, and they got on a roll, and couldn't take it away from Clare on the night. They deserved their victory. They wanted it maybe that little bit more. They came out on top. What can we say? We had a disappointing year, really. You know, we promised a lot last year, and we dipped down this year, and you know, as a management, I suppose we first and foremost have to take responsibility for that. But you know, we're all in it together. That's the way we look at it with the Dubs. It's the backroom team and the players, everyone in it together. So it was a disappointing finish to the season. But sure, look, all we can do is, you know, wish the Miners the best of luck tomorrow in the Leinster final. Great work again being done there. You know, I know Bridget's won the Fell na Gael today, and you know, to wish Clare the best of luck as well. I'm obviously a Clare man, and to wish Clare the best of luck now for the rest of the year. I'd be supporting them certainly from now on. But very disappointed tonight. Obviously, that's the overall emotion. I suppose we'd have to wait a while to try and make sense of it all.
Look, can I just ask you briefly, a lot has been made about your own future and the management's future. David Fitzgerald said there a while ago it would be a mistake if Dublin went forward without you at the helm as manager. Is it too early for yourself to be thinking about those things at the moment?
Yeah, Kieran, I never made a decision like that. You know, I think the only time I ever made a decision like that was when I was finishing up with the club, and I knew my legs were gone. I don't know how the head is, might be hectic, but no, it's not. Look, there's a lot more than me to think about that. Like, you know, it isn't about me deciding. It's maybe more people or whatever. Like, I don't know. Look, sure, tonight's for you know, a bit of mourning, I suppose, you know, for Dublin, and that's all we can do. Like, you know, we think about those things. There's a long autumn.